Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit. Without consistency, you'll never finish. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test, was 9 dots, and you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Because the 1,001st was the light bulb. Fall forward. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. You've got to take risks, and I'm sure you've probably heard that before, but I want to talk to you about why that's so important. You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it. And I know that's probably not a traditional message for a graduation ceremony, but hey, I'm telling you, embrace it, because it's inevitable. In the acting business, you fail all the time. Early on in my career, I auditioned for a part in a Broadway musical. Perfect role for me, I thought, except for the fact that I can't sing. I didn't get the job. But here's the thing. I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out of there to prepare for the next audition, and the next audition, and the next audition. I prayed. I prayed. And I prayed. But I continued to fail and fail and fail. But it didn't matter, because you know what? There's an old saying, you hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later you're going to get a haircut. So you will catch a break, and I did catch a break. Last year, I did a play called Fences on Broadway. But here's the kicker. It was
Everybody. I pray that every person that's under the sound of my voice is having a fantastic morning. And of course, every single morning is a blessed morning. Good morning to each and every one of you all. Come on, let me see if I can get all the way set up, and then I can get started. While we are doing all of these things, go ahead on and share and like this with as many people as you possibly can. Tag, good morning. Thank you so very much. Yeah. Good morning to you. And we are extremely excited about all that the Lord is doing and what the Lord has been doing. And unfortunately, yeah, I love those hearts. Thank you so very much, Sister Lydia. Good morning. I'm excited. All right, y'all know what we have to do. And that is, before we do anything, we literally adore God. Come on, I need to see some adoration to the Lord Jesus Christ. He is a phenomenal God. I can give you so many words this morning. I can give you so many perspectives. I can give you so many different accolades that you can give unto God. Can you give God some worship? So when the Bible talks about don't let the rocks cry out for you, that's not only when you get to church. That is a natural daily mindset that you and I should not allow rocks to cry out from us. This, even in this particular moment, it says, don't let rocks, insignificant, insularic things to speak for you. And the writer was simply suggesting to us that God wasn't good to rocks like he was good to you. Matter of fact, to those on Instagram this morning, you can catch this real simple. The Bible said that he's not even good to the angels like he's good to you. I want you to let that sink in. No, seriously. The Bible said you have a testimony that the angels cannot sing. No, you didn't hear what I just said. You no, because I don't see your comments. I know you didn't hear what I said because you ain't comment yet. What's up, Asha? Here it is. He said you have something that the angels can't sing. The angels are always in an environment and in a disposition of perfection. He said you have something they cannot sing about. They know nothing about the Lord picking them up and turning them around and placing their feet on solid ground. The angels can't get jiggy with that. They know nothing about the Lord paying your bills when you didn't have no money and the world was threatened to put you out. The angels can't speak that language. And so he says, let the redeemed of the Lord say so, because we have something redeemed. We have something that everybody else can't sing. So let's do this. Tag as many people as you possibly can. I want to talk about, and I titled this on Facebook, The Last Dance, but Perspectives. Because there are so many millions of people watch Michael Jordan in The Last Dance. And if you're not careful, you can destroy the plan of God on your life, trying to mimic a characteristic of a person who has been designed uniquely for that time, that season, that team, and that particular achievement. Every achievement requires a certain development or a certain character of a person. That's why I tell people you cannot become who you're going to be and remain who you are at the same time. One of them have to go, because your future, here it is. Somebody jot this down for me, because I don't have no notepad. I'm going to start using that from now on. Somebody jot this down for me, because I don't have no notepad. Your future will demand a different version of who you are. Okay? It's going to demand a different you. It's going to demand a different attitude. It's going to demand a different level of sacrifice. It's going to demand a different level of how you treat your enemies and how you treat your friends. It's going to demand a certain level of intimacy and affection that you give to your family members. It's going to demand something different. And if you're not willing to become different to obtain the destiny, then 9 times out of 10, you're going to remain where you are, with who you with, and continue to do the same thing that you've been doing. Come on. Don't play with me now. Let's go there this morning. Your future will demand a different version of who you are. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Sister Trina, I seen you swapped over. We good on Facebook? I said your future will demand a different version of who you are. You cannot stay the same. Listen, if y'all be good with me this morning, I promise you I'm going to be good with you. I promise you I won't lift my voice. I need all the hearts in the world. I need you to share it. This is about to be good, because I want to talk about the spirit of comparison. I'm going to talk about the spirit of comparison this morning. What's killing so many people is, oh my God. No, I'm going to wait. I'm going to give you 5 more seconds. Let me say it again. You cannot remain the same. I'm a living witness. I've been preaching for 22 years. And now when I reflect back on 22 years of preaching in all the places I've been, I've changed a lot. I mean, a lot. You know what I mean? So you cannot remain the same. There's a different version of you that God is trying to get out. There's a different version of you that God is trying to tap into. There's a different version of you that God will continue to develop. Come on, let me say it one more time. You cannot become who you're going to be and remain who you are at the same time. Your future will demand a different version of you. Come on. I told you I'm going to borrow this terminology and I'm going to keep on using it. I need somebody to jot that down because I don't have no notepad. I want to show you in the Bible that a prophet of God was jealous of people because of their prosperity. And oftentimes, you and I, unfortunately, as believers, we oftentimes we look at other people living, but that's not the problem. I'm going to show you this morning, looking at other people, their prosperity, and having a certain affinity or affection for what they have is not the problem. The problem, wait, I ain't going to say it. 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 But wait, let me drop this in there, then I'll come back to that. All right, can I do that? I want you to know this morning, that I don't care how hard you work. Now, everybody know when you come on this prayer line, I'm going to give you raw facts. We ain't going around the mountain. No, I'm going to give you hardcore truth, okay? All right. Everybody on this live, I want you to hear me on the conference call and Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. Listen to me carefully. You will always have, no matter how much success you have, how much money you have, how many cars you drive, how big your house is, watch this, there will always be somebody ahead of you. Let's get this out the way right now, Kimmy. Let's get this out the way right now. I don't care how much success you experience. I don't care how impactful you are. You will always have somebody in front of you. Say that again, Pastor? Yeah, you will always have somebody ahead of you. You will always have somebody a mile ahead of you. You will always have somebody who have more money than you. I don't care how much money you have. You will always have somebody whose house bigger than you. I don't care how big your house is. You will always have somebody driving a better, more expensive, more comfortable car than you, no matter how expensive your car is. Why are you saying that, Pastor? Because unfortunately, majority of us dying at trying to be the best instead of just doing our best. You starting early, Rab. You starting early in the morning, Rab. You starting early in the morning, Rab. Come on. Can I give it to you again? Come on. I'm going to wait for y'all. I'm waiting for y'all. And I need y'all to note this. Write this down. I don't have no notepad. And I want y'all to Snapchat it, all that stuff. Come on. Let's feed this world with this word. If this word bless you, I want you to bless somebody else with it. That's my aim. That's my goal. I want you to be able to send this to somebody else in your stories, in your Snapchat. Snapchat me. Do something. I just encourage somebody. I give it to you again. No matter how big your house is, somebody's house going to always be bigger than yours. No matter how expensive your car is, somebody's car is going to always be more expensive than yours and more comfortable than yours. I don't care how much money you have, somebody's going to have more money than you. The problem we get in trouble with God is this, is that when we look at the prosperity of other people, we fail to realize that instead of our ambition and our mindset to be the best, God asks us to just give our best. Watch this. I'm coming to your throat. I'm calling me Cutthroat Shorty this morning. Do something. How many of y'all feel like an absolute failure because you're still comparing yourself to people who you think is the best and you fail to give your best? Because when you give your best, watch this, when you give your best, you can walk. Come here, basketball players. When you give your best, if I lost, I know I gave it all. Come on, since we're talking about Michael Jordan and The Last Dance, if I lost on the court, win, lose, or draw, I gave it my all. And if my all wasn't sufficient enough, I wasn't supposed to win. I gave my best. I can go home and sleep at night. Why? Because I gave my best. Many people ask me, Pastor, how you feel on Sunday morning? I don't feel a certain type of way. I gave it my all. Somebody asked me, Pastor, why you preaching so hard on Sunday? There's only one gear I preach in. There's only one way I preach. Hard. I leave it all on the court. No, because I don't know if I'm going to live tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to make it tomorrow. I don't know if tomorrow ever going to come. I don't know if the next minute is promised to me. Give it your all. Stop trying to be the best, and I promise you, you're going to live a holistic, peaceful life if you understand, if I give my best, then I allow the Lord to do whatever he want to do with that. Oh, cool. So come on, let's get back into it. The problem is not necessarily looking at the prosperity of the wicked and feeling some type of way about it. Let me use y'all terminology. The problem is, serious. The Lord spoke this to me. And if y'all don't write this down, I'm going to be very offended. No, serious. Now, I'm going to be in my feelings if y'all don't jot this down. I don't have no notepad. Serious. Listen to me very carefully. I don't like to be offended. No, serious. I'm telling you right now. I'll give it to you. Come on, let me give it to you. The problem is not us looking at the wicked prosper and feeling a certain type of way. The problem is, watch this, when we challenge God's decisions. This is good enough to go in the book. I want y'all to know this, but I'm giving it to you this morning. The problem has never been, God even said, I'm a jealous God. The problem has never been if in fact you feel a certain type of way, if a guy riding in a Bentley, you riding in a Suzuki, I don't know, whatever kind of car, and he don't go to church and you go to church. That has never been God's problem with you and I. We get in trouble with God not because we look at the wealth of the wicked and get jealous. We get in trouble with God when we challenge his decision making. When we tell God as if he don't already know. When we challenge God as if he blessed the wrong person. When we tell God, you should have blessed me instead of him because I'm more righteous than him and he's not as righteous as me. But you'll be surprised at how many doughboys pay tithes and offerings. And you in church every Sunday and don't pay tithes and offerings. Oh, Ray, I was supposed to say that. Ray, you were supposed to say that. You'll be more surprised how many people on the block take care of one another while people in the church fighting one another. Ray, you were supposed to say that, Ray. You're supposed to say that, Ray. You'll be so surprised at how many crooks are very generous. And the Christians are very stingy. I told you I shouldn't come on here because I told you it was going to be raw. You understand? I told you it was going to be raw. I told you it was going to be raw. I can put 5 guys in my hand right now who don't look like God, don't live like God, doing absolutely something contradictory to God, but they try to pay their tithes. And people who come to church, stay in the pews, love God, praise God, don't pay tithes nor sow seed. Y'all still with me this morning? I hope I lose y'all. So we've never had a problem. God never had a problem with us looking at wicked people prosper. God have a problem with us trying to be God. Ooh, Pastor, you making that up. Show it to me in the Bible. No problem. Jeremiah chapter number 12. Somebody say, I'm here for it. I don't got no notepad. Put that on there too. I'm here for this. I'm here for it. I'm grown. I can take this. I'm grown. I can definitely take this. The problem never been that you get jealous. Listen to me. I be hot when I see racist white men with boats bigger than my house. I be hot when I see bigotry and people who are making policies and trying to kill black people walking around with all kind of money in their pocket, and I'm around here praying, preaching, and all. I be livid. But one thing I learned a long time ago. I don't care how mad I am because of what they have. I should never challenge God's decisions. Come on, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. I'm going for the hills. I'm going for the hills this morning. I'm going for the hills this morning. That's right. Jeremiah chapter 12. Let's tap into it. Let's get into Jeremiah chapter 12. Let's go. Y'all ready for it? Verse number 1 through verse number 5. Verse number 1 through verse number 4. This is what Jeremiah telling the Lord. Y'all ready for it? Here it is. The Bible said, Lord, you always give me justice when I bring a case before you. So let me bring you this complaint. Y'all got to read it. Jeremiah 12, verse 1 through 4. Welcome back, Instagram. Here it is. Lord, that devil be after me early on all this social media stuff. I'll be watching everybody else stuff run smoothly. He be after me in the morning. I got something for him, though. I'm going to whoop him. I told my friend one time, I said, if I see the devil, I'm going to whoop the brakes off him. I can't stand him. Because I know he can't stand me either. he be trying to jack me up in the morning. But that's all right. I'm going to put about 10 cell towers around this house. I'm going to show him something. Look, Jeremiah chapter 12. I just had to vent real fast. I just had to vent. All right, Jeremiah 12, verse number 1, 2, 3, 4. Look what Jeremiah says to the Lord. Lord, you always give me justice when I bring a case before you. So let me bring you this complaint. This is Jeremiah talking to the Lord. Why are the wicked so prosperous? Why are evil people so happy? You have planted them, and they have taken